Hey friends, it's Professor Lyrics back with another lyrical analysis and reaction. Today we've got Burning Down the House by Talking Heads. I'm especially excited for this one, guys. Talking Heads are known for their eccentric, offbeat, and often difficult to decipher lyrics, so I'm eager to tackle this challenge. Also, the film Stop Making Sense was just recently released in theaters, and it's about Talking Heads. It was originally made in 1984, and it's about their campaign for the US Treasury to stop minting cents or pennies, stop making cents. But they do perform their smash hit songs in the film as well, so I think it's worth checking out. A tedious subject, but I would go just to watch David Byrne perform and dance. He's quite a talent. But for now, let's dig into Burning Down the House from 1983. Please comment below and let me know what you think of this and all my other lyrical analysis and reaction. Yeah, guys, Professor Lyric pro tip when you're trying to decipher the meaning of a song, especially a complex song, a title is the best place to start usually. So Burning Down the House is well-known slang in the American Northeast where the band is from, and frankly in my household as well, maybe yours, for releasing a particularly nauseous and odorous fart, or perhaps even a bowel movement that is especially bad. So I think that's what we're talking about here. I'll back up a little bit and justify my reasoning. So, watch out, you might get what you're after. Cool babies, strange but not a stranger. I'm an ordinary guy. I think our main character here has walked into a house party of some sort, and he's having some cramping already. He knows he's in a bad situation. He probably should have taken care of it before entering the party, but it's too late now. You might get what you're after. Cool babies. I think he's kind of warning the people in his head. I don't think he's literally saying, I'm having some stomach problems, but they might get what they're after. Cool babies, I don't think there's temperate infants in this party. I think it's like cool kids. He's surrounded by cool kids. Strange, but not a stranger. They're acquaintances. They're kind of strange, but not total strangers. Not his best friends. Not family. Not complete strangers. And he's saying, hey, I'm an ordinary guy, because I think he's already kind of has a sick look on his face, or maybe he's shuffling when he's walking, but he's uncomfortable, but he's trying to convince these people, hey, I'm just an ordinary guy. Then it gets into a little bit more concrete graphic stuff. Hold tight, wait till the party's over. Hold tight, we're in for nasty weather. There has got to be a way. So that's pretty self-explanatory. He's trying to hold this in until the party's over. That seems ambitious at this point. We're in for nasty weather. I think that's a little more realistic. There has got to be a way out of this stressful situation that frankly we've all been in. Let's be honest with ourselves. Probably at a party at some point, but definitely in public. We've had some stomach cramping and we're like, how do we get out of this? There has got to be a way out of this. I don't think it's happened yet, the burning down the house, but it does sound like it's probably imminent. Yeah, it happened, guys. I think that guttural was the act of burning down the house. We don't know how bad it is yet, or if it's gaseous or liquid in nature. I don't think it's a solid. Here's your ticket, pack your bags, time for jumping overboard. I think he was considering jumping out a window, which is actually not a bad move at this point, it sounds like. It doesn't sound like it was successful. But I've consider jumping out windows, I think, in this situation. They're usually not available. Windows are usually locked or hard to get to, or maybe somebody's blocking the window. It didn't happen. Transportation is here. That sounded optimistic, but I don't think it was literally someone picking him up from the party to rescue him. It's a little too quick for that. He just got there. I think it means that he was able to walk. The cramping subsided. You know how it shifts sometimes. And he was actually able to move one foot in front of the other. Transportation was him walking on his own 2 feet. Maybe you know where you are. I think he was losing his mind. Like he's trying to center himself and ground himself. You know how it is when it gets really bad. You're a little bit out of your mind. He's like, you know where you are. You're at this party. It's bad, but close enough, not too far. I think he's still a little out of his mind, but I think he's spotted a restroom and he's saying, it's close enough. I can make it. It's not too far. He's made that decision. Even if the restroom's not private, it's better than what ultimately happened in the next line. Fighting fire with fire. Uh-oh. Bad things have happened. This can only go downhill from here, I think. It's an important topic, though, so let's keep going. I'm interested. It's a bad situation for sure. All wet. You might need a raincoat. I think that's someone at the party observing what has happened. Some liquefied stuff probably on his pants. Making a pretty funny joke, honestly, for the situation. It's probably stinky in there already. I would be probably gagging, but kudos to the party guest who was like quick on his feet. Hey, you're all wet. You might need a raincoat. It's a little mean-spirited, but hey, what else are you going to do at this point? Shakedown. I don't think the main character is kind of trying to shake something down his leg or pants because I don't think it's a solid. I think it's more of a dog shakedown. I think he's kind of doing one of these. It doesn't make a lot of sense. It's not going to help anything. He might get things on people, but he's out of his mind at this point. He doesn't know what to do. Although he does have a kind of decent idea. After he dreams of walking in broad daylight, his mind has flashed to get him out of this situation. It's kind of a protective psychological thing. He's dreaming of probably a relaxing walk in the park. He's not in the party anymore, but then he snaps back and yells 365 degrees to whoever's hosting this party. I think he's probably had some finger foods, probably something with a toothpick in it, picturing meatballs or those little wiener things. And he's saying, you undercooked these. These have to be 365 degrees. Look what you've done. You've made me sick. Although we all know that he was already sick when he walked into the party. But that's not a bad excuse, a bad defense mechanism for such a quick and embarrassing situation. Burning down the house. This is graphic. I think this is more graphic than Taylor Swift's Vigilante Doo-Doo, which I analyzed and reacted to a few days ago. Check that out if you haven't. I think back in the 80s, artists were a little more emboldened to tackle these things head on. They're not dancing around this, guys. Yeah, I think there in that little stanza, we've moved into the near future, and our main character is walking down the street and saying, it was once upon a place. That was a long time ago. Nobody will remember. I can get on with my life. Let's listen to myself. Let's be rational. I'm still going to come in first place in this game of life. This will not define me. But then, alas, people on their way to work recognize him and say, dude, what do you expect? This is what you're known for now. This is all you're known for. It's a little depressing. Hey, you're gonna burst into flame, aren't you? You're gonna do it again, little doo-doo boy. Very mean-spirited, but back in the 80s, that's kind of how people were. It's a depressing song at this point. Hopefully our guy can recover. Very fun 80s music for such a depressing subject. I like that. Yeah, guys, we just kind of go into an instrumental outro that's kind of contemplative. I think we're supposed to think about what we just heard, which was quite depressing and sad, to be honest. So, his house is out of the ordinary. I think it's in a state of squalor. I think he's living in filth. He's kind of given up. He doesn't want to hurt anybody. He's saying, leave me alone. Stop making fun of me. Just let me be. I don't want to hurt anybody. But then in the next line, he's still kind of a braggadocio. Some things sure can sweep me off my feet. I think that's common in people who are going through tough times. It's the one thing he has. He has a prodigious ass cannon, and he's saying, I can go so hard and long that it'll sweep me off my feet. I think literally, perhaps. Hopefully he has that at least. But I wouldn't be bragging at this point. No visible means of support. Family and friends have abandoned him. Who can blame them? I mean, I would try to help for a while, but when you've just stopped going to the bathroom in the toilet, I think it's hard to support somebody probably. Everything's stuck together. That speaks for itself. I think everything, body parts, papers, furniture perhaps. I don't want to get too deep into it, guys. It's graphic. Starting into the TV set, what did you expect? He just sits there and stares into the TV. One last act of defiance, fighting fire with fire. He does it again right at the end of the song. An important subject, because we've all been in this situation where we have cramping, we have some discomfort, we've eaten something bad and we're in public. I think Talking Heads is telling us to kind of cut bait early on, just make up a good excuse or, hey, be honest with people. Say, hey, I'm sick. I need to get out of here. And that would definitely have been the right move for our main character here.